Here we go, and it is 6 o'clock. And I'd like to kick off this meeting. We said we'd promptly start at 6 and close promptly at 7. For those of you that signed in early, welcome once again. And we welcome you to the first ever district new member and sponsor orientation meeting. Next slide. And here we're going to be introducing our team for tonight's Zoom meeting. We have our facilitators, myself. I'm the district membership chair, Andy Hagan. I'll be introducing Debbie High, who will take a segment of this. She's membership Olympic champion, and she'll be talking to us all things related to the membership Olympic championship next month during the membership meeting that month. Luis Cavazos, past district governor, internet lead coordinator, and Darlene Peterson. She's responsible and over the membership learning facilitation. But I'd be remiss without introducing the rest of our team. Corina Martinez, district alumni chair, Stan Petritis, who's a lieutenant governor of Rotaract and Interact. We also have Sonia Quintero, who is our DEI NB, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion and belongingness chair. Very important role within our membership team. And then Donald Henderson, he's assisted me with any of the new club as a new club development advocate. And last but not least, Laura Vargas, she's with our membership activities and membership activity coordinator, showing that membership doesn't just exist in a silo, but is also involved in whether it's a foundation or a fundraiser or a community service activities. There's a membership component could be included in each and every one of those. Next slide. Great. And so today's agenda is going to be a 30,000-foot look and view of what is Rotary International and what is Rotary. And also we'll be talking about the District 5930 and its resources and what roles and responsibilities we play as we support you as members of your clubs. And then we'll close with some time for questions and answers. And I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce Zamaripa, tech, and he's assisting us tonight. So everybody give a shout out to Andy Zamaripa. And before we get underway,
hi, everybody, welcome.
Hi, thank you, thank you. Before we get underway, I'd like to welcome our district governor, Zeta Sarani, to say a few words. Zeta, you're on.
Hello there. Can everybody hear me, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's good to see so many faces, familiar faces, because I am being like at the different club visit during the installation, and I started my club visit today. But let me just give you a brief message. You know, Mark Twain said the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out your why. I had the privilege of sharing my why at the installation on June 29th, and I look forward to sharing more when I visit your club. But today I had heard the inspiring whys of the Aransas Past Rotary Club during the visit. And you know, some of us joined Rotary already knowing our why, while others, like me, discovered it after joining it. In Rotary, we believe in the magic of service and the power of dreams. This membership journey we assume that you're going to be joining in today, already joined already, it's going to help you uncover your why by providing a wealth of information and a 360 view of what Rotary is all about. This journey will help you not only find your why, but also embrace the magic of Rotary and become a dream catcher for those we serve. Because we all believe, as the Rotary's vision say, together we create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves, one act of magic at a time. So thank you so much, Andy. Back to you. And I will be here till maybe 6:27, but then I'll be logging off for another Zoom. But I will ask if we can take a group picture together. And so, and I know Andy Z is there. I see his screen, but I don't see his face. So if everybody just want to put a face on, or just take the camera, you know, look at the camera with a big smile. And I think
Yes.
He's with us.
Let me go ahead and get a photo, and everybody go ahead and look at your cameras.
Everybody go live.
3
on the smiley face.
3, 2, 1. Great. Thank you.
All right. And are you in there, Andy Z? Because
yes, but I got
Okay.
my laptop closed
Oh, okay. Okay.
and
All
it's
right.
under my two monitors, so it's hard. It's hard to
Ah,
rearrange everything right now.
The
okay.
man behind the photo. He's the man behind the photo.
Oh,
And
no. All
much
right.
for
So
taking time.
I know we have
Hey,
1 hour.
thank you.
So back to you, Andy. Please.
Yeah,
hurry up.
please. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us tonight. So,
Thank you
giving,
for calling Community Supported Onboard. This is Sylvia. How may I assist you?
we'll go ahead and mute everyone then, Andy, and I'll carry forward. At this time, I want to talk a little bit about Rotary. Remember, it's an international grassroots service organization. It's actually the first humanitarian international organization in the world. Something to be proud of, something to remember. It's comprised of over 1.4 million members. If you consider not only Rotarians, but Rotaractors as well. We exist in over 500 districts, representing over 46,000 clubs and growing. And then, of course, our Rotary International is governed by a board of directors. They're all elected, and they're comprised of a Rotary International president, which this year is Stephanie Urchet, and she's the Rotary Club of McMurray, Pennsylvania. We also have a president-elect, and his name is Cesar Martins de Camargo, and he's from Sao Paulo, Brazil. He'll be the incoming president in 2025, 2026. And of course, the general secretary is John Hugo. He's what we would consider the CEO for Rotary International. And then there are 17 elected zone directors throughout the Rotary world. Next slide there, Andy. And so with that, let's go through some of the historical, covering some of the historical dates that are significant. Remember that February 23rd, 1905 was when the first Rotary Club was founded by Paul Harris, our founder. And in February 23rd, it's also being referred to now as the World Understanding and Peace Day. And it's also the birthday, if you will, for Rotary and Rotary International. And Rotary is Rotary is very significant. It's worldwide. Remember that it's apolitical and non-denominational. In 1917 was when the Rotary Foundation was first founded and approved by Arch Klump, the president of Rotary International at that time. In 1932, we introduced the four-way test. That's kind of like the golden rule that all of our Rotarians and Rotaractors follow. And actually, the four-way test is recited from the Rotary clubs, Rotaract clubs, Interact, and Early Act clubs as well. 1985 was our first introduction to the Rotary Polio Plus program. And this initiative has been underway over the span of time. We've provided vaccines to over 3 billion children, spending in excess of north of $2.5 billion. And we're 99.9% polio free. There's only two endemic countries left in the world. That is Afghanistan and Pakistan. And last reported number of wild polio type 1 cases, there were 11 as of the end of May. So you can see we're almost there, but the work still and the challenge still exists. In 1989, we opened our membership up to women. Thank goodness. So welcome everyone there. Great move. And it's that was a very, very important initiative at that time. And we have Kent Malkeist. He's a past district governor out of the Rotary Club of Port Isabel. He was one of the big advocates for women and helped to introduce the resolution to the council legislation back that day. And of course, our first woman president was elected in 2022, and that was Jennifer Jones out of Canada. And as you know, today, our current president is a female young lady. It's Stephanie Urchet. Next slide, please. This is Flushing with Pride in Chicago, no pun intended, but this is the first public service project that Rotary has undertaken. And this was back in the day when public facilities weren't available in Chicago. And so Rotary, the Rotary Club there decided, let's start our first public comfort station. Otherwise, if you wanted to go, you'd had to become a member or a patron of either the bars or some of the stores that you would frequent in order to gain access. Next slide. And this is our Rotary vision statement. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our community, and in ourselves. And what you can see that's emboldened, darker white and in the uppercase font. Together, people create change. It won't happen without each and every one of you as members of your Rotary Club. And where we say the rubber meets the road is at the club level. That's the grassroots. Now we're looking at the objects of Rotary. And here we have the developing friendships for service. Second is high ethical standards in business and professions and applying service in each of the Rotary members' life, business, and community. And fourth, advancing international, it's world understanding, goodwill, and peace. Our primary objectives is peace and conflict prevention and or what is it called? Peace prevention and resolution. So this is everything from that point. As we move forward, you'll see how this is all interworking. Did you know that Rotary was first instrumental in forming the United Nations in 1945? There were 29 delegations to the United Nations represented by Rotary, and Rotary played such an essential part of the formation of the United Nations, as well as selecting its headquarters. It now exists currently in New York City, that it holds the highest consultative status offered by a non-governmental organization under the Economic and Social Council of UN, and it holds a seat on the General Assembly. So something to be proud of, something that some of you may not be aware of. And this statement serves as an overarching guide for Rotary's work and its service to reach and maintain peace in the world. The four-way test, as we talked about earlier, was created in 1932 by the Rotarian named Herbert J. Taylor, who later became the Rotary International president. It's one of the world's most frequently quoted statement in business ethics. It's been translated in over 100 different languages. And for that reason, and there's an asterisk on the 4, if you read that up on the top, it says the four-way test, because some clubs have adopted what is unofficially referred to as "will it be fun" as the 5th test of the four-way test. Next slide. And here we have Rotary's areas of focus. These are also Rotary's causes. It's been adopted through the Rotary Foundation, and it includes peace building and conflict prevention, disease prevention and treatment, the water and sanitation and hygiene, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy. And one thing I'd say about that is we're one of the largest advocates as a non-governmental entity, spending millions of dollars and millions of dollars and volunteer time in the area of basic education and promoting literacy in our communities. And as Elsa would say, literacy is that bridge to equity. So thank you for that, Elsa. And then you've got community economic development and protecting the environment. And with that, we're going to be going to the next slide, which will be talking about Rotary Action Groups. And Debbie, take it away.
Thank you, Andy. So Rotary Action Groups are independent, internationally organized Rotary affiliated groups whose members have expertise in specific areas of concentration. And they use their expertise to help clubs and districts plan and implement large-scale community development and humanitarian service projects in the area of their expertise. So next, since we just talked about the areas of focus, one of the things I did is broke up where the different Rotary Action Groups kind of fall within our areas of focus. So you can see that by themselves, they're not only a specific subject matter resources, but they're resources for the areas of focus. And the great news, and actually something I learned in getting ready for this, because we're always learning, is that anyone who wants to share their expertise to make a positive difference may join an action group. However, only Rotarians, Rotaractors, or Rotary Peace Fellows may actually serve in leadership roles in these action groups. And we can actually put in a link later on if you want to find out more about Rotary Action Groups, because there's a way to get involved in those. Next, I want to talk a little bit about Rotary Fellowships. Rotary Fellowships, I kind of say, is one of the best kept secrets. And unfortunately, we don't talk about it as much as I think we should. And so that's why we wanted to share this tonight, because they're international groups and you share a common passion or interest. For example, I noticed recently, like maybe last year, the year before, a new action group started for people interested in coffee. Of course, very popular one is wine. Beer fellowships, but there can be you're an author, you're an attorney. I mean, if you can think it, you can develop. There's even RVing groups. And there are over 120 Rotary fellowships, and there's actually a way if you want to start a Rotary fellowships. And I think the one nice thing that happened out of us using Zoom more when we suddenly found we were on Zoom during that COVID period is that a lot of them really started meeting via Zoom because they can do interpretation. So they'll meet a lot of times with internationally. So if you're interested in learning about fellowships, we'll put a link in chat for that as well, because they're just really a lot of fun. The next I want to talk about is our Rotary Foundation. I'm going to just talk a little bit about the highlights, because there is an opportunity. Our foundation chair, past district governor Eddie Barneski, he, just as we're holding monthly Zooms or for membership topics, he's also doing Zooms for anybody in our district that wants to join on for foundation. But I want to talk a little bit about what I call our foundation. So it offers a wide variety of options to financially support the many activities Rotary undertakes. And from its signature initiative working towards the eradication of polio, as Andy mentioned earlier, to providing emergency relief funds, we're even seeing some of that with just the hurricane that recently impacted so many. When disaster strikes, and the Rotary Foundation is fully engaged globally. The Rotary Foundation is one of the most highly respected charities, according to the independent watchdog Charity Navigator. As a matter of fact, it's earned the highest rating, 4 stars, by Charity Navigator, which is an independent evaluator of charities of the United States, consecutively for the last 15 years. So it's in the top 1% of charities. And the Rotary Foundation's earned that recognition by adhering to a very strict and best practice of executing the mission to a financially significant and efficient way, demonstrating both a strong financial health, a commitment to accountability, sustainability, leadership capacity, and transparency. And the Rotary Foundation transforms our gifts into service projects that change those lives, both close to home, that support our local causes and projects, to around the world. And your generous contributions to the Rotary Foundation are essential in securing and growing Rotary programs throughout the world. So again, you'll get more information, but we wanted to just give you a little bit about taste, because it really is something that can come back. We have some exciting projects that are even going on in our district that we get money from other countries to actually help with. The next fun thing I wanted to share is that each May or June, Rotary International holds a worldwide convention to stimulate, inspire, and inform Rotary members at an international forum called the Rotary Convention. And it's truly an awesome event. And our upcoming RI convention will be in Calgary, Canada in June. So I know there are quite a few from 5930 that are wanting to go to that. It's a pretty easy trip for us to get to in relative terms. It's actually family friendly. A lot of people turn it into a family vacation if they want. So you can register above using the link and to join thousands of Rotary members and guests from around the world for a truly international experience. We actually talked about those action groups and fellowships. A lot of them will make opportunities to meet in person when they're at an international convention. So it's a perfect way to discover new opportunities through Rotary. The Rotary International Convention is where you'll find people of action from around the world, brainstorming solutions to some of the most pressing challenges and celebrating our works of service that create lasting change. And the convention is where you'll renew connections, discover fresh perspectives, and create memorable moments in enduring relationships. And some of the, so this year will be Calgary. After that, the next Rotary year is in Taipei, Taiwan. Then Honolulu, because that was one that went virtual because they could not meet during the COVID period. Then to the Philippines. Then it's actually coming to Minneapolis, Minnesota in 2029. And then Chicago, Illinois, where Rotary starts. So a lot of exciting opportunities. Rotary actors come and have a pre-convention. And again, just a super fun family. So I just wanted to throw that out, because there were many, many years I'd been a Rotarian and didn't even know about Rotary conventions. So we talked a little bit, Andy talked a little bit about the structure a little bit, the umbrella that we have with Rotary International. So as we mentioned, we are District 5930. And so we talked about, I wanted to show you our zone, and he talked about directors. So our paired zones is 25B, of which we're a member, and 29, which makes up Region 36. And there are a lot of great opportunities, not only at the district level, but at the zone level, to get to know more people, to get involved, especially even virtually, if not in person. But I just wanted to show you kind of on a map. We do kind of skip over in the middle there. We get restructured every several years, and it's that trying to balance out the membership. So right now we are Region 36 in North America. We actually go up into Canada. So I just wanted to give you a little perspective of that. The next thing is, this is our district, as you saw earlier, and we are here to assist Rotary clubs in training leaders, helping membership recruitment, which we're doing tonight by making sure that you know a little bit more about Rotary, assisting with Rotary grants, both locally and internationally, helping clubs promote their public image, media exposure. Again, we're all volunteers. We're all finding our why in Rotary, as our governor mentioned. And so the exciting part is we're in this together, and we're here for each other. So South Texas, we're considered South Texas. Again, Rotary 5930. We're made up to close to 1,500 members and growing, with over 50 clubs. And as you can see, we go to the very southern tip of Texas. As we mentioned, we're so glad that our governor is with us tonight, and our governor line is with us tonight too, including past and future. And they serve from July 1 to 30 June. They are volunteers. They do have a budget from Rotary International to help pay for some expenses that they incur as serving as governor, but we're all in this because we believe and we're passionate about what we do. And the governor's mission is to lead the clubs, inspire Rotary members, engage the public in the important role fulfilled, because a lot of times we don't know about what Rotary is. We've kind of don't do the things that we do for bragging purposes, but then sometimes people have no idea what Rotary is too. So again, we are excited to have our governor here. I'm excited to say I used to be a member of Southside Corpus Christi, and I'm excited to also say that I asked Dr. Z to join Rotary, so I'm officially her sponsor. So excited to have her here, and again, we're looking forward to a very magical and inspiring year. So I just kind of wanted to show you on the map where our she's going to put on a lot of miles this year. One thing I also wanted to lead you to is our district website, and we'll give you a list of all the important websites at the end, but there's a lot of great information you can get on there. Some of you may have even gone there to register for tonight's event, but there's just a lot of great information. We have a great webmaster. We have our teams working together to try and keep it as updated as possible. You can find out more about what's going on in the district. The fun thing about Rotary is you are invited to go to any Rotary club that you'd like to. And we'll talk about that in a little bit too. But you can just find out there's also a members only section. That information, we want to make sure if you haven't gotten access to that, that you go back to your club and ask your secretary for assistance on that, because they will give you your password temporarily. You can reset it, your login, and then that gets you to a members only section. So let's say you met somebody tonight and you're like, oh, I'd really like to connect with Dee Dee from the Alice Rotary Club, but I don't know how to get a hold of Dee Dee. You can actually go into the members only section, and as long as she has shared her information, then you can go in there and access that information. And again, that is not for selling purposes. Like taking that and distributing some kind of information that might not be appropriate to try and sell a product or something, but it doesn't mean that you can't reach out to connect with one another. So that's the fun part. A little bit about the structure of Rotary. We have and you notice behind my name, it says PDG. So that's past district governor. As many organizations, Rotary loves their acronyms. So we have our district governor. We might some say DG, as is written on her name tile. And we've got we've got over 100 Rotarians. I did the count, serving on the district Rotary leadership team this year. So that's always exciting. There's opportunities to get involved in a small way or in a larger way at the district. The district governor is selected 2.5 years. There's a process. It's on our website of how that process happens in our district. We follow what's called the Rotary International Manual Procedures, so it's all followed in that respect. And they're selected about 2.5 years in advance for their official term. They go through extensive facilitated learning opportunities to better serve our members. Again, as I mentioned, it's a volunteer position. The district governor-elect is the year behind the current governor. And as we mentioned, the DG nominee, who's Jack, was on the Zoom with us, is right behind that. And then there's what's called a district governor nominee designate. So that is during the process. That'll happen this December when the next governor will be selected, because there's quite a long process to make sure that you're kind of like, you know, you learn to crawl first, then you learn to walk, and then you learn to run. So there's a great infrastructure with Rotary International. I did want to share an opportunity with you, which is called Rotary Leadership Institute. We are a member district, and it's actually offered around the world. We're going to upload a flyer for you. And there are 3 virtual courses. Part 1 you take, then part 2, part 3. Some of you may have already taken a part and want to be looking for the next part. When you take all 3 parts, you become a graduate. And there's several graduates on this call with us tonight. But there's a QR code you can scan. We'll put up in a flyer that also has the QR code and some more information about the why and the what RLI is. But again, Rotary Leadership Institute, we sometimes abbreviate as RLI. But I wanted to share that because the timing is perfect, because in August, we have some courses, and there's several of us that will be facilitating, and also our member districts, which there are 8 districts that are in the Lone Star Division. So we're excited about that we pioneered that several years ago and are offered that sometimes in person. And then we have an opportunity to meet other Rotarians in other districts to come in and take that too. So we're excited about that. That's coming up. And I am now honored to turn it over to immediate past district governor, Luis Cavazos.
Thank you, Debbie. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay, I wasn't sure whether well, thank you, Debbie. And I think we're doing pretty good on time. I'm very excited because we have 79 Rotarians in this meeting today. That is awesome. And the name of this slide is You're Invited. District events are open to all members. And let me tell you something that I've noticed since I was Lieutenant Governor of Membership and Governor last year, that there's a direct relationship between vibrant clubs which come to the district leadership trainings. So I encourage you to do that. The club leader events open to all members. Learn about club leadership roles that interest you or to which you aspire. District learning forums. Learn with your peers by attending one of the forums for club administration, membership, foundation, and public image topics. Foundation events, and this is an exciting one. October 19th and 20th, mark your calendars, of 2024, the Rotary Polio Motor Ride for World Polio, which the day is October 24th of 2024, to promote polio, which is one of the priorities for Rotary International. And the foundation events, let me go to the next one. District conference for club members, and you all just attended the district conference for Dr. C, and the installation, in my district conference that we had last year. A time for fun, our end of year gathering for fellowship fun and celebrate our yearly achievements. Great for the entire family. You can remember the fun that we had. We were dancing and having a great time. There's area and regional events. Watch the monthly district governor newsletter. Please read the governor's newsletter. It has a lot of information. The district website and district calendar for area and regional events hosted by local Rotary clubs and assistant governors. Next slide.
Yes, do you see it?
Yes, I see it. Thank you. So really, and David talked about the foundation, and I encourage you to learn about the foundation. Google it. Help us support, district level service opportunities. club community service projects, and you've seen a lot of those projects, the money coming back from the foundation. Global grants, I'm excited that our club actually has had the international service lane, and they're really getting into the global grants. And so that's exciting. And of course, a lot of district service projects and other things. Next slide. Okay. For most of us, it is not enough to just attend meetings and feel like we're engaged. True engagement happens when you are not only passionate about something, but doing something along those lines that fulfills you. To maximize your membership, think of the impact you could make on others or you and your community by serving them in some capacity. Step forward and volunteer when your club has activities, service projects, or fundraisers, and lend a hand. Don't sit on the sidelines. Better yet, if your club isn't doing something to address your passion, approach the club leaders and share your idea for an activity. To receive communication from Rotary International and your club, be sure to register for an account at myrotary.com. We're going to be talking a lot about that. We want you to register. I think only like 40% of Rotarians around the world are registered to My Rotary. You will see all kinds of info about your club in our district, your foundation giving history, including recognitions, which you are eligible. Access to the Learning Center and online learning knowledge-based course curriculum, full of video tutorials about all things Rotary, and plethora of ways you can engage. Next slide.
Thank you, Luis. And we are way ahead of schedule, but we've given you plenty of time for question and answers. And I would ask that anyone on our membership team, we welcome your input as we entertain some of these questions from our attendees tonight, our participants, as well as our district governor-elect, Elaine Hernandez out of Mission. Give a shout out to Elaine. We've got Jack Asphalt as well, our district governor-elect, and DG Zeta, if she's still on. So with that, we'll open it up for questions. If you'd like to put your question in the chat, or if you raise your hand, we can call upon you and you can ask some questions in relationship to things that we've covered tonight and or any other questions that might come to mind in reference to Rotary. And with that, we'll open it up for Q&A.
So Andy, I'm just going to log off to have another Zoom. But I just want to say thank you to everybody. This was a huge success. We almost had 79 people, now 78, but 79 people to attend this Zoom. And that's a phenomenal success for the first membership Zoom session. So please continue to spread this magic of attending Zoom session and learn about what Rotary is all about. And let's go catch some dreams this year. All right. So I'm just going to say have a wonderful evening and we'll see you at the next Zoom or before. Thank you, everyone.
As you make your club visits. Thank you so much for being with us.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And just a reminder that this new member and sponsor orientation is not to compete with your club new member orientations, but to complement it at a different level. So you can take a lot of this information away. And then as you have questions, of course, look to your clubs, because each club has a personality and a different culture and different ways of doing things. Some clubs meet every week, others twice a month, different formats, in person and or virtual or a hybrid type of structure or format. So this is just an opportunity for us to give a high level introduction and awareness to what is Rotary and the structure, its fundamental the foundations of Rotary, and then we move from there. So now we'll open it up to some questions. Anyone that might have a question, just unmute and please shout out. Great. Anybody at all? Questions coming to mind? We've got a quiet bunch. Don't be bashful.
Andy, this is Elaine. Could I make a comment and a question to people that are joining us this evening? We know that there's a lot of competition for our time. We have chambers of commerce. We have our churches and synagogues and temples that we belong to. We have our universities and alumni groups that we belong to, and our families, of course. So we're always very busy. But I think there's something, we have a new opportunity that I'm so excited about. And this is the notion of helping our Rotary Club members in our club to really see the value of our network, the power of our network, our international network, and our local network. I know that in the Mission Rotary Club tonight, we have Alive Hamaker, who's one of our newest members, and she's now helping us to develop a website. And we're so excited about that website because she's helping us to highlight what our members are doing, not only in community service, but even in their own profession. So it becomes, we're really raising awareness about the talents in our club. So I'm hoping that, as we learn more about how to use the website and all the social media opportunities, how we really get our name out there and our community aware of all the things we're doing. So just a quick shout out to Alive. Thank you so much, Alive, for joining us and for taking this initiative of helping us with our social media.
Thank you, Elaine. Thank you for sharing that information. And, as clubs, similar as the district is structured with governors, and then we have committees for membership, we have committees for foundation, also for international service as an international service component. The clubs have that model as well. And hopefully, if just as Luis used to say last year, find your passion and approach your club leadership. And just ask them how you could participate in some of this. Maybe you'll take a leadership role or a supportive role or co-chair some of these different types of activities within your clubs. And for those of you that are new members, you don't need to wait for X number of days or months or years before you can extend that hand of friendship to invite another member. Do extend your hand of friendship and invite a prospective member, perhaps to your club meetings, or maybe your fundraiser, or to one of your socials so that they can see some of the things. Our service project, maybe you have a signature service project so they can actually see hands-on in what you do for that service component. Rotary International did a survey of prospective members as well as current members and said, what attracted you to Rotary and/or what keeps you in Rotary? And it came down to 3 significant areas. One was a service component, people wanting to make a difference and being something bigger than themselves. The second was that opportunity to enhance their leadership skills. We can offer that. Not only does a club offer that by giving you an opportunity to chair and or lead within the club in the various different lanes and facets of the club. And then thirdly was that friendship and fellowship. And so I know in our club, the Rotary Club of Brownsville Sunrise, one of the meetings each month is going to be dedicated to a fellowship meeting or just a social, so that we can all come together. And then we're going to extend ourselves and invite clubs from our surrounding area, of which we have, I think, 12 or 13 areas within our district, to come and be a part of this too. So we
do have a question from Helen.
Good. Yes, go ahead.
Andy, could you please, I'm glad you're getting to our why, could you please have some of the experienced people share their favorite committee? Because I think those new members need to get on a committee in their club as soon as possible. So maybe you could start with you, like what's your favorite committee you're on and why do you like it?
Well, mine right now is membership, and I represent the district chair, because without members, there would be no foundation. There would be no community service projects. There would be so when you look at the founding fathers of Rotary, that is Paul Harris and his friends, they started it as a membership organization, and then it evolved into a service organization, and now, of course, internationally as well. So mine is all about membership at this time. We want to extend that opportunity. And quite frankly, when we extend that opportunity, not everyone's going to join our club, obviously, but those that do come to your clubs or your activities and fundraisers or projects, it's an opportunity to impart who we are, what we do, and why we do it. So they will learn more about Rotary. And for those that can identify with us and those that we attract because of our projects and what have you, service projects within the community or internationally, it'll be an opportunity for us to onboard those members into our club. So it'll not only increase our impact, but it extends our reach, right? Because we should be reflective, as a club, we should be reflective of our communities and our communities at large. Great question. Great question there. Anyone else would like to share their why? I see Elsa, my wife.
Yeah, I want to just say, kind of going along with what Luis Cavazos, our past district governor, mentioned, you reach out, you find that hand and you reach out to a fellow, but you find what their passion is. And so for me, after many years, I was recruited to Brownsville Sunrise, and really I love working with youth and our next generation. And so youth services is my passion, and really thinking about getting to work closely with Stan Petritis and many others, Mary McQueen and so many, on all the ways that we can, increase membership with our Rotaract, but also getting that whole system in place. Starting in elementary, we're starting this whole line of services from elementary to middle school to high school to college, university. And then that way we've got it going, and we can really instill really the four-way test and the work of Rotarians. And then when you do that, guess what? Then the parents want to join too. So when we find that parents come to our service projects, and then they become interested and know more about us. And it's really about us sharing our passion, as past District Luis Cavazos has always said.
Great. Thank you
for that, Elsa. I wanted to add that maybe next time we can add a slide that has the organizational chart of a club, because of course membership is what I'm doing as well, but I've been joining the foundation committee in our club, and man, that is awesome, just to learn about the foundation, and also not only that, international service lane. And I know Edward Brandberger here with us today is heading that committee. And so I'm excited because they'll be exploring ways to get global grants, which a lot of people shy away from. So I'm looking forward to hopefully they'll allow me to be in that committee, because I think international and foundation, of course, all the others, youth exchange and all the youth programs. But thank you, Elsa, for that thing. I think the passion is what we need. And so, it's passions. I used to think it was a passion. It could be multiple passions, by the way.
That's right. Thank you, Luis. Thank you. Anyone else? I think, Edward, you're talking. We just have to unmute. Edward, just unmute. Hold on. I think he's got it. Edward, if you're trying to, there you go.
There he is.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Helen, to answer your question, I joined in April or May, and I just volunteered, and they took my hand and I went off running. So I think it's a great opportunity and a great service, and to utilize my skill sets for service and the four-way test and all that. So, yeah.
Thank you. And of course, our Rotary International theme this year is the magic of Rotary. So we want to share the magic of Rotary. And by doing so, it may again attract and engage more individuals within our community. Anyone else? I love that Dr. Z was able to visit with us today. She always starts her presentations and or any of these venues with the why and a story. So I think, your own personal Rotary story, it's so compelling. Not so much the 30,000-foot story about what is Rotary, but why are you in Rotary and what impacted you over the course of your Rotary journey? Because each of us has a different outlook on Rotary and our different experiences. And if you share that, I think it can be very, very compelling for prospective members. Anyone?
If I may include, sir, part of the reason why I joined Rotary Club is because I want to develop my leadership skills.
Excellent.
Yes, sir. So when they asked me when they asked who wanted to be president, I stepped up. I said, absolutely, I want to take on that role. So
Carlos, leadership can be learned. That's the beauty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a skill, yeah.
And
so I'm only be president for a year, But that's why I have so many questions, because I have so many ideas that I want to branch off and see if we can come together as a group and see how we can benefit the community or help the community out in a better way. So I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you after the meeting, sir, and see if I can call you afterwards and see if we can come up with ideas together as a group and see how we can help out. But thank you.
And Carlos, I corrected his phone number because that first phone number was Mike Dickerson's, another Rotarian, so I corrected the phone number for you. I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
send it
Thank
to you
you.
directly if you need.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
And
you.
Elsa commented that Elka had a question.
Go ahead.
No, Elka.
Elka,
Elda,
are you still on?
So we'll need to unmute.
unmute.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good
It's
evening.
just been a wonderful session today. I am serving on the International Service Committee in our club. And as we know, there are so many needs in the world today, and Rotary has its grassroots in nearly every country of the world. And it gives us a lot of our service of doing good in the world. It helps make a difference in bringing about not solving the problem, but at least helping, sometimes solving the problem, of course, but also meeting the needs of our local and global communities. So anything that we can do to serve and bring about, we are doing global grants. We are going to be an international partner to global grant that we are going to do in India. And I would like to invite any of the clubs to join us in helping meet this service opportunity in another part of the world and making this project come to fruition. So it's just a very intrinsically rewarding to all of us when we are able to serve in that capacity. And each of the committees, there are so many things that we can do and learn. And international service is one of my passions as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alka. And Alka's a past district governor from another district, District 6000, if I'm not mistaken, and also a member now of our Rotary Club of Southside Corpus Christi. And Alka, you might put your contact information in the chat for those of our members and attendees today that want to reach out to you in reference to that global grant.
Yes, will do.
Outstanding. Anyone else? Anyone?
Just a quick question about that global grant, Andy. Is that the global grant that our district is hoping to support regarding special needs population, special education? Because we have 2 members from the Mission Rotary Club who are experts in that area, Sonia Quintero and Ricky Rendon, that are going to be signing up as the international partners for the India Global Grant.
And Alka, would you like?
Yes, I just, I think our DG, Dr. Zara Surani, will address that. We just received information that since it is going to be, I was going to be the primary contact, it has to be from the Southside Rotary Club itself, the other members. That is how it works. But we would really love for any input, because with all the experience the club members have, so I think our DG, Dr. Zara Surani, will be able to address that. We would love for them to be on that committee as well. So I will let her answer that question when we meet next. But yes, you're absolutely right. That is the global grant. And our partner in India has already updated, is in the process of uploading that grant. We have everything done from our side also. So we'd love to have their expertise as well.
Excellent. And I see now we have another by Lucy, and then Adriana, and then Corina, please. Lucy, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to let you all know, of course, that I'm the District Polio Plus Chair. And this is a new position that I was given 2 years ago. And it's been very successful, and it's so interesting to learn about polio and the history of Rotary in, and its promise to the world to eradicate polio. We've had 3 more confirmed cases, bringing it up to 17. So two countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan, and that's where it's coming from, and it's spreading. And so it's important that we continue to fundraise. I would love to have as many people help me with the district to get the word out, to fundraise, to get the information out, and to really make it forefront and, make a big difference. We have the Polio Plus Society, and we have 4 clubs that are 100% Polio Plus clubs. And that's awesome, definitely awesome. So I just wanted to extend that invitation if anyone's interested to be part of the polio eradication process. It's something that each Rotarian needs to be aware of. And it is a promise that Rotary International made to the world to eradicate polio. So I just wanted to extend that invitation to everyone. Every club should have a Polio Plus chair. And I would love to know who those Polio Plus chairs are so we can contact and start promoting our fundraising efforts for October and April. That's what I had to say. Thank you.
Lucy, and just to augment on that, Rotary International's #1 external priority is the eradication of polio, okay?
Yes.
Its #1 internal priority is growing membership and
yes.
membership. Adriana, our public relations, public imaging representative for the district, you take it away. And unmute.
Second. Now, hello everybody. Good evening. So, this is my name is Adriana Contreras. I just want to say thank you, Andy, and for your membership team for this amazing evening. I'm so excited to see a lot of Rotarians connected tonight, sharing their interest and passion to learn more about Rotary. I just want to extend everybody the invitation to learn more about public image. As Andy mentioned before, it's very important to promote your incoming projects, your service projects, and share your why with the community. So I'm here for the district to help the clubs to learn more about how you can grow your impact in the community. I share in the chat my phone number, and you start receiving email from me to friendly reminders of the different social media that we have on Facebook, LinkedIn, we have Instagram, and the idea is get together, be connected, and let's promote these amazing initiatives in our district. And please feel free to contact me to learn more about the public image in our district.
That is so important. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you. And hopefully you have a public imaging or public relations person in your club. And if you don't, and that is something in your wheelhouse or in your skill sets, volunteer, go to your club leadership, let them know so that you can assist, because it's really not expensive when you use the social media, and it's another way of extending our reach. So thank you again, Adriana, for that. Corina, she is our district alum chair. You might want to explain a little bit about what that is.
I will, but first I want to start with welcome everybody. And I don't want to scare our new members with all this, I don't want to scare them additionally with all this talk about, our polio, our global grants, our foundation. I promise you're going to get this information little by little until you know it like the back of your hand, but we're always learning. I want to talk about my favorite thing, which of course is everything, but my favorite thing are our club assemblies and our district conferences, because that's when you get to meet everybody. That's when you get your connections. This is when you find out if anybody has the same visions as you, the same ideas with you as you. This is where you connect with other Rotary clubs so that you can make a bigger project, so that you can make an even bigger impact. So I invite everybody to talk to your presidents and tell them, hey, I want to go to the next district assembly. I want to meet all these people who can make my dream a reality, because we're out there. Okay, I'm sorry. I know we're pressed for time, but I just wanted, all the members come back, for our next membership orientation. And I promise you, everything you heard today, trust me, you are not going to digest it. You're not going to absorb it all. But by the second or third time, it's like, oh, that's what they were talking about. Full disclosure, transparency. I was in my 3rd year before I knew what Paul Harris was. What a Paul Harris was is like, I had no idea. And I was diehard. I attended everything. So just go in, talk to your members, but go to the assemblies, go to the district conference. You're going to learn a lot of information. You're going to come up with new ideas that you can use in your club. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Someone already did it for you, but just come and meet and have fun and get ideas and, spread kindness and help the community, help the world. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just passionate. Thank you.
I think, Andy, you're muted.
You're not looking muted, but there you go.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Hi.
Andy, I think we've got one final question, and then you'll want to wrap things up.
Yeah, so we'll stay after if just to accommodate everyone. Alib, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Alive Hamacher. I'm joining from New York. I should have joined the one at the UN, right? But Elaine Hernandez, you can't say no to her. So she hooked me into it, and that's it. That was it, right? I just started, and like she mentioned, I am already helping with the website and also creating the social media channels that the club needs, because it only had Facebook. And so I will create those social media channels and help them build the website. But for me, one of the reasons that my background, I'm already working with several nonprofits, and I do a lot of work with the UN and partner with the UN. So to be part of Rotary, which started the UN, that's an amazing experience for me. But one of the things that I see the value in my connections to clubs or different organizations when I join as a board member is not just meeting more people, but really networking. And I think that's very valuable within Rotary because of the global connection, and also because what we have within the United States, we can connect to other people and via Zoom and all of that. And I think one of the things that we wanted to do, as Elaine mentioned, is how do we feature and how we say thank you back to the members, right? Because the members are giving a lot, but how do we repay a little bit back on that? And it's by allowing the members to use this website that we are going to set up, giving us a photo and a tiny bio, just giving us what their expertise are. And if somebody, for example, a young person that is building a network and study to look for jobs, this might be a help to the young member. Or somebody who is a retiree and is creating a consultancy, and then it needs to be finding new members, new clients. But it works both ways, because by inviting a client, for example, to look at your profile on Rotary, that person also is going to hit the Rotary website. So it's going to start learning and engaging what Rotary is all about, and the power of the networking process. So for me, this is very valuable for something that I can bring to the club and something that I can bring to the members, and a way to continue looking for more members and enticing them that there is more value than just giving. There is something also for you. And I think that we can definitely make it work, but we'll let you know in a month or so when things start moving forward.
Lee, we're sure looking forward to that. And even at the district level, for those of you that are new members, I put my contact information in the chat. Send me your bio and send me a picture. We'd like to feature you in our next district newsletter and welcome you as well. Or for club leadership, if you'll have that, just forward it to me. I know Rogelio Trevino does a great job with recognizing new members, and they come out even in the local paper and what have you. But we'd like to also feature you in our district newsletter that following month. So yeah, send that to me. But thank you so much, Alib. And then Adriana, I'll go back to you. I think you better be connecting with Alib as well. You're still on mute, still on mute. And we have
Yes, I'm so excited to listen that she's so passionate and knowledge about this, and it's what we need on the district. And yes, I already asking if your contact information to get together by Zoom or for lunch. We are in the RGB area to connect and work together. You have a great ideas.
excellent. And she's in the Mission Club, so it's not that far away. We're in the valley,
But I'm joining from New
He
York.
lives in
That's
New
where I
York.
live.
You
But
are
I'm available. I'm available.
Thank you.
perfect.
Well, we're
Thank you.
forward as we come into the close of this session. It's going to be promptly at 7. We have our upcoming meeting will be in August 19th, and it will cover the Club Membership Olympic Challenge as well as the Rotary Member Olympic Challenge. These are different opportunities for your club to be recognized and members within your club who sponsor members to be recognized. So mark your calendars for Monday, August 19th, and remember that we will have a membership meeting the third Monday of every month, and the topic matter and the calendar of events, they're all located in our website under the calendar events at the District 5930 website. Next slide. Thank you, Andy. Next slide. There you go. And this is just an example of the membership award recognition for sponsors. If you're a member and you bring in a member and they're inducted, you earn a bronze medal. If you bring in 2 this year, you're going to get the silver. 3 or more, and you win the gold, and you will be featured not only in the newsletter, district newsletter, but you'll be posted on Facebook, and we will be recognize you at the district conference that'll be scheduled in April of next year. And with that, we'll be coming to a close. I want to thank you again for participating. We hope you found this enjoyable and that we were able to impart additional information that you may or may not have known prior to this meeting. And remember, our next new membership meeting will be a quarter from now. It'll be in October, and I posted that early on in the chat. And with that, we'll be staying around, open to questions and meeting with you. But thank you so much, and appreciate your attention, your time and attention. And we had good representation throughout our district. So thank you again, Victoria, Corpus.
And this is Debbie High in chat. I put 2 downloads, the one on the Lone Star Rotary Leadership Institute, and the other one is the resources page. So we threw out for some of you new websites, and so I put that also in chat so you can get those websites if you didn't snap a picture with your phone when we were on. So we went ahead and put those in chat for you too. And I think way back, because our Dr. Z, our district governor, also put in the calendar, but you can go to the website and the calendar's active. You can actually link to and have it populate to your calendar too if you want.